Hello, how can I help you today?
Hey, I'm looking for SEO services. Is that something that you offer?
Yes, we do offer SEO services. Could I get your name, email, and a brief note about your specific needs so I can have someone from our team get back to you?
Yeah, totally. My name is Raman. That's Raman. My email address is ramanzahrayyuk@gmail.com. And basically, what I want is to increase organic traffic to my site. That's really my main goal here.
Noting down your information for someone to get back to you. Thank you, Raman. I've noted down your information, and someone from our team will get back to you shortly to discuss your SEO needs. Let me know if there's anything else I can assist you with.
That's perfect. Thank you very much. Hey, what's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to teach you how to set up a very simple voice agent. My goal with this video is to show you the fundamentals so that you can go and build essentially any kind of AI voice agent that your heart desires. So starting at the beginning, let's have a look at what exactly is an AI agent. So an AI agent is a system that can see what's happening, think about it, and do something smart in response. So what would be an example of that? So let's take a look at this interaction as an example. So the user speaks to an AI agent, and the user can say anything essentially. Hi, I need help with X. It can be like, what is your pricing? Are you guys open during these hours? Can I get some help with something? Anything really. Now your AI agent, when you create it, and we'll jump into this in a sec, you essentially give it a prompt. And in that prompt, you tell it how to act, how to speak, what it should know, what it shouldn't say, any kind of guidelines. Now, in this prompt, you also tell this agent that, hey, you've got these tools available and use these tools under specific conditions. For example, let's say the user is like, hey, I'm interested in your services. Let's say you're a marketing agency owner and somebody calls in and they're like, hey, I'd like to get marketing with you. You can then have the AI agent ask them for their name, email, phone number, and whatever other details you need. Once the AI agent has that information, it can then use a specific tool that you've defined. In this case, the example is store in Google Sheets. So once the AI agent has that information, it will use this tool, which will then execute some custom logic, which we'll define in a sec here. And that custom logic will essentially store very specific information, only the information that you want and that you've told it to store in a Google Sheet. So now that you guys know what an AI agent is, let's go and build an AI voice agent and see one of these in action. Alright, so we're in Retell AI. Retell AI is a platform that allows you to build AI voice agents. So this is where we'll define what the agent actually says and does, and then we'll use a different platform to actually execute the actions that the agent takes. So let's go through this step by step. Let's hit create an agent. We'll create a single prompt agent and we'll start from blank. All right, so over here, this agent has multiple components to it. What you need to know is that there's a large language model that powers the reasoning behind it. Then there's an actual voice that you will hear talking to you. So these are the two things that we can control here from Retell AI. So we can pick which model we want to use, large language model, and we can also pick different voices. And if you click these buttons, you can listen to what these voices sound like. So I'm going to keep the default on now. We'll keep GPT-4o. Over here, you can see the cost of what this agent will cost you to run and the latency, meaning how long it takes to actually respond to what you're saying. So I've got a prompt ready here, a very basic prompt. We can run through it quickly. So it says, you are James, a conversational and friendly voice assistant. You work for XYZ marketing company, and your main goal is to help the user with any questions about the company. And if the user inquires about getting marketing services, go ahead and capture their name, email, and a brief note of what services they are interested in. I also added a quick note here about XYZ marketing company, saying that we only offer SEO and paid ads. Then, by the way, you'll notice that I'm using something called Markdown, which is what LLMs like ChatGPT understand better. It's just a way to show headings and different styling of the document. So over here we have available tools. So this tells the voice agent what tools it can use. So right here we've defined a capture user info tool, and we're telling it captures the user's name, email, and a note of what services they're interested in. Then we've got a tone and style, and these are just some best practices that I've picked up from building these for other people. So it says always be concise, friendly, and professional. Use natural conversational language. Focus on one step at a time to avoid confusion. Oftentimes, when you're asking the agent to do multiple things, like capture the name, email, phone number, and what they want, the agent will be like, okay, so I need your name, your email address, your phone number, and I need to know what you want. And it can be very overwhelming for the user having to answer all that at the same time. That's why we're telling the agent, focus on one step at a time. Get the name first, then get the email, then get the phone number, like you would in a natural, normal conversation. This goes in line with that. Do not ask the user more than one question at a time. Then we have give the user confidence that you are capturing the request accurately without repeating everything back. Now this actually, I'm going to remove this because this doesn't apply to this type of agent. Here, it is actually better if the agent repeats back to the user when capturing their information. It's more when you have a personal assistant where you have set them up to have access to certain things and you know that the data it has access to is accurate, and you don't want to have the back and forth of like, hey, send an email to Joe Blow. And when you know that it has Joe Blow's email address, you don't want it to go, okay, I have Joe Blow's email address, is it joeblow@gmail.com? It adds a little bit of time that's unnecessary in the interaction. But in this case, that's not necessary. So here we have only perform tasks within the scope of the tools you have. The reason I have that there is I've had instances where the user would ask the agent to do something that the agent can't do, and the agent would be like, yeah, of course, absolutely, I'll take care of that for you, which can lead to some pretty awkward situations. But anyway, with this guideline in place, if you ask it to do anything other than this, it'll say, I can't do it. Then we have don't tell the user you can do something unless you have a tool to perform that action. That goes in line with this point right here. So in any case, this is the prompt. This is how the AI knows who it is, what it needs to say, what it needs to do. Now what we need to do is go over here into functions and actually define this capture user info function. So I'm going to click add and we're going to click custom function. So over here we need something called a JSON schema. Now don't get afraid of this. This is actually very simple. So JSON is, for those of you that don't know, it stands for JavaScript Object Notation. It is just a way to send data across different platforms. So all we have is just a key and a value. Like imagine this says name, and that's the person's name. You can also have like, imagine address, and then you have address line 1, address line 2, and so forth. It's just a way of representing data. So let's have a look at what this actually says here. So the type of this function is an object, and an object is anything enclosed in these curly braces. So what are the properties that we want? Meaning, what's the information that we want to send across using this function? All this is going to do is it's going to gather some information, it's going to put it in a specific format, and it's going to send it somewhere. That's all this is going to do. So we want the name. What's the type of the name property? It's a string, meaning it's just text. What's the description of it? It's the name of the user. And the large language model uses this information to know what kind of data it needs to capture and what it needs to ask for specifically. So we have email, which is a string, and then I've defined a property called note, and I'm telling it that it is a note of what the user expressed interest in. In this case, when they express interest in marketing services, we're going to ask them for some more information, like what is it that you're interested in? And we're going to capture that, and we're going to send it in this note field. Then over here we have an array, and that's enclosed in this square brackets. All that is just a list of items, and it's called required, meaning what fields are required to actually execute this function. What this means is if we just have a name and an email, but we don't have a note, the AI can't execute this function. It's going to tell the user, well, I need this information before I can proceed. So that's all that means. We have some additional properties here. We can tick this box, speak during execution. So this is usually used for something like, let's say your AI is fetching some information from somewhere. Sometimes that fetching can take some time. Like if it takes 10 seconds, for example, you don't want the user to just sit there and wait and be in mystery of what's going on. That's where you would tick this speak during execution, and you could say something like, still working on it, for example. So what's going to happen here is, let's say you as a user would ask the AI, what's the weather today in Florida? Then the AI goes and it's like, okay, let me go check that for you. And now it's been 5 seconds and you're like, hey, what's going on? It would say, still working on it. And then as soon as it has that information, it would respond. So Here we have another option, speak after execution. It says unselect if you want to run the function silently, such as uploading the call results to the server silently. You would select this when you want something to happen without the user knowing, right? Have it fire off a request, store some information or update some data as it's speaking to the user without it saying anything to the user. So I'm going to leave this here, speak during execution. We will keep this on because we do want it to speak to the user and tell it, like, I've saved your details, someone will get back to you shortly. So something that we do need here actually is a webhook URL. And for those of you that don't know, all a webhook is just a URL that exists that listens for a specific kind of request. In this case, we're going to have a URL, and I'll show you how to set this up in a moment, that's going to listen for this request from the AI. Once it receives it, it's going to do something with that data. So the next piece of this whole setup is going to happen in a platform called Latenode. So let's jump on over into that, and then I'll show you how that works. All right, so we're in Latenode right now, and all Latenode is essentially just an automation platform. It's very similar to something like Make, Zapier, and N8N. It's just my preferred platform because it's cheaper, and in my experience, it's been easier to use. So let's go ahead and log in. So here we are inside the Latenode app. I'm going to create a new scenario, and what we're going to start with is actually a webhook. Trigger on webhook. This is what we want. So what we want to do is copy this URL, this development URL. There's a production URL, which we'll need in a moment once we actually deploy this workflow. In this case, it's called a scenario. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the development URL, and we're going to go back into Retell AI, and we're going to paste the URL right here. We also need to give this function a name, and if you see here, we did define it in the prompt. So we're going to call it exactly the same thing, capture user info. I'm going to go and save this right now, but I want to copy this and I want to put it in the description. So I'm going to save it just so we don't lose this information. Then I'm going to copy this. I'm going to edit this function and I'm going to paste it into the description block here. I'm going to go ahead and update this. Sometimes when you click update and it gives you that error, just hit this format JSON button and click update again, and then it goes through. So what I want to do right now is we're going to be building this scenario so that we can define exactly what it does. But something that's going to be very handy for us is to have the data that we're working with so we can map it accordingly and make sure everything goes in the correct places. So what we're going to do is click save, and we're going to click run once. So this is now listening for a request. I'm going to change this to post because we're going to be getting a post request. Now let's go to Retell AI and test our agent. I just realized that I forgot something here. The welcome message, it says user initiates. AI remains silent until users speak first. So what I like to do is set it to begin with a defined message. And I mean, we'll keep it the default, but you can tell it whatever you want here. Like you can type in whatever and the AI will say it when you call the AI. So it'll say, hello, how can I help you today? So let's test this.
Hello, how can I help you today?
Hey, I'm looking...
It seems like you were about to share something. Could you please repeat or clarify? I'm here to help.
Yeah, no worries. I'm looking to get some marketing services.
Great. Could you share your name, email, and any specific details about the marketing services you're interested in? This will help me assist you better.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm looking to get some SEO. My name is Raman.
Thanks, Roman. Could you also share your email address so I can capture your details and note your interest in SEO services?
Yeah, no problem. It is ramanzadhrayuk@gmail.com.
Capturing user information for SEO services. It seems there was an issue capturing your information. Could you confirm your email address again, or let me know if you'd like me to try again?
Can you try again?
Retrying to capture user information for SEO services. Your information has been successfully captured, Roman. You're interested in SEO service.
All right. So what actually happened there is when we clicked run once, there's a 30-second window for us to actually receive something in this webhook. So that timed out. That's why it said that it wasn't able to capture the information. The other thing that we probably don't want it to do is to tell the user that it's capturing information, which we'll update in the prompt here momentarily. So anyway, we got the information in the webhook, so we can click this right here and we can see exactly what it's sending. So it's sending us a JSON object, and if we open up body, we can see the arguments that it's sending. It's giving us an email, a name, and a note. So what we want to do is we want to store this in a Google Sheet. And I've gone ahead and created a test Google Sheet here. So what we'll go ahead and do is we have a name, email, and a note. So we can just add that in here. Name, email, note as headers. I'll go ahead and make this bold. So now we can go back to Latenode and we can click Add Node and we'll type in Google Sheet. And we will grab the Add Single Row right here. So when you click on this node, you need to create an authorization, meaning give it access to your Google account so it can actually take these actions for you, like filling out a Google Sheet. So I'm going to click this button, create a new authorization, give it an, actually no, this is, we search for services, so we will make it a Google Sheets OAuth 2.0. And here we'll have to authenticate our account. I'm going to click my account here, continue, continue. All right, I want to give it a name. In any case, you can always go to authorizations here and rename it, but we have it authenticated here. So we will select where our Google Sheet is. It's in My Drive. The spreadsheet over here, what you want to do is copy this part of the URL just before this edit and after the D. Go back to Latenode and paste it in here. Let's refresh. That didn't seem to work. Okay, I see it already exists here. And that's the same URL, 9HK, 9HK. So we can safely select this one right here. The sheet name, that'll be this right here, sheet 1. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. It asks, does the first row of the sheet have headers? We do have headers, we'll select yes, and there it's found our headers. Now what we can do is click into one of these, and you'll see all the nodes before this one. So for example, I'll just go ahead and save this. If you had 5 different nodes before this, you'll be able to access all of them, information from all of them here. So as you can see, we have the name here, so I'm going to click the name. So it's mapped the name to the name field. Now let's do email. We have email right here. And note. Good. Now we can click Save and Run. So it looks like that was successful. And here we have the information interested in SEO services. Good. I'll just go ahead and unbold that. As you just saw, I easily connected my Voice AI agent to Google Sheets using Latenode. If you want to automate workflows like this using Latenode, I have left a link down in the description. It's super simple to use, and signing up through my link does support the channel. Okay, cool. So now that we have this, I'm going to go ahead and deploy this. All right, now let's go to the webhook, and now we need the production URL, because if you try and speak to the voice agent, and you don't have a deployed workflow, you will have to click this Run Once button to be able to run it. But when it's in production, it's constantly sitting and listening for requests. So let's take the production URL, copy it. Let's go to our function. Let's paste it in here. Update. Once again, just click this Format JSON and then Update. All right, so I did want to update this prompt quickly. So we will tell the user that you are noting down their information for someone to get back to them. After you are done noting their information, tell them that someone will get back to them shortly. All right, let's click Save. Let's try this again.
Hello, how can I help you today?
Hey, so I'm looking to get some paid ads for my business.
That's great. I'd be happy to help you get started with paid ads. Could you please share your name?
Sure, my name is Raman, that's R-A-M-A-N.
Thanks, Ramon. Could you also provide your email address so we can get in touch with you?
Sure, just a correction. It's Raman, R-A-M-A-N, not Ramon.
Got it, Raman. Thanks for clarifying. Now, could you share your email address?
Yeah, totally. It's ramanzahrayyuk@gmail.com.
Thank you, Raman. Lastly, could you provide a brief note about your business or any specific goals you have for the paid ads? This will help us better understand your needs.
Yeah, totally. So basically, I'm looking to spend about $1,000 a month on paid ads. Obviously, like with any business, my goal is to increase the customers that I'm getting, the amount of customers I'm getting.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, no worries. So I currently have 2 employees, and
Thanks for
yeah,
sharing that, Raman.
they're ready to service people.
That's great to hear, Raman. I've noted down your information and your interest in spending $1,000 a month on paid ads to help grow your customer base. Someone from our team will get back to you shortly to discuss the next steps. Let me know if you have any other questions in the meantime.
Sure, thank you.
You're very welcome, Raman. Have a great day and we'll be in touch soon.
All right, so as you can see, we did get some information here. One thing that I do want to correct here is it looks like the AI does keep interrupting me, and I just want to point out to you guys that I'm building this live with you. I haven't prepared this in advance. So these are the kinds of things that you will run into while building this. So let's go ahead and fix that. I'll go to speech settings and we will increase the interruption sensitivity here. So control how sensitively AI can be interrupted by human speech. Let's see what else we can control from this. I think that's about it. That usually works quite well. So let's go ahead and test this one more time. I'm gonna hit test and let's talk to the AI.
Hello, how can I help you today?
Hey, I need help with some social media management. Is that something that you guys do?
Thanks for reaching out. At XYZ Marketing Company, we specialize in SEO and paid ads, but we don't currently offer social media management services. If you're interested in SEO or paid ads, I'd be happy to assist you further. Let me know how you'd like to proceed.
Understood. I am actually interested in getting some SEO services.
That's great to hear. Could you please share your name so I can start noting down your information?
Yeah, my name is Raman.
Thanks, Ramon. Could you also provide your email address so I can complete the details?
Yeah, just my name is Raman. That's R-A-M-A-N.
Got it, Raman. Could you now share your email address so I can complete the details?
Totally. It's ramanzahrayyuk@gmail.com.
Thank you, Raman. So your email is ramanzayak@gmail.com, correct? Let me know if I got that right.
Not quite. It's Raman Zahrayyuk. That's ramanzahrayyuk@gmail.com.
Thank you for clarifying. So your email is ramanzarayuk@gmail.com. Got it. Lastly, could you share a brief note about what you're looking for in SEO services? For example, are you looking to improve website rankings, drive more traffic, or something else?
Yeah, totally. So I'd like to drive some more organic traffic to my site. That's my main goal.
Capturing user information for follow-up. Thanks, Raman. I've noted down your information and someone from our team will get back to you shortly to discuss your SEO needs. Let me know if there's anything else I can assist you with.
That's all good. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Raman.
So I noticed that it still said capturing user information for follow-up. We will get that fixed shortly, but let's just see. We have captured the name, the email. Interested in SEO services to drive more organic traffic to their site. Okay, so let's figure out this whole thing of it saying capturing user information. All right, so I tried a few different things here, and what seemed to work is in the function description, what I did is I said, before using this function, say only noting down your information for someone to get back to you. So let's go ahead and test this one more time. Let's hit test.
Hello, how can I help you today?
Hey, I'm looking for SEO services. Is that something that you offer?
Yes, we do offer SEO services. Could I get your name, email, and a brief note about your specific needs so I can have someone from our team get back to you?
Yeah, totally. My name is Raman, that's Raman. My email address is ramanzahrayyuk@gmail.com. And basically what I want is to increase organic traffic to my site. That's really my main goal here.
Noting down your information for someone to get back to you. Thank you, Raman. I've noted down your information, and someone from our team will get back to you shortly to discuss your SEO needs. Let me know if there's anything else I can assist you with.
That's perfect. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Raman. Have a great day, and we look forward to helping you with your SEO goals.
All right, bye. All right, so let's see what we have here. Name, email, interested in SEO services to increase organic traffic to their site. Perfect. So that's basically exactly what we wanted to achieve. And what we can do here in Latenode is refresh, and we can see the history of all of our executions. So if I click this little eye icon here, I can see exactly what data was received right here. And then we can basically trace the entire execution. Now, this is obviously a very simple scenario, but you can build some pretty complex stuff with this. Also, if you're interested in having custom AI automation like this built for your business, I do offer specialized AI automation services. There's a link in the description where you can fill out a quick form. Tell me a little bit about your project, your budget, and the best way to reach you, and I'll get back to you shortly. In any case, let me know if you guys have any questions or if you want me to cover anything else in these videos. I look forward to hearing from you. Adios.